Hello. I will also be recording my reaction to the Genshin special program, but I will upload it the following week instead. I want to see this first. No, I want to read. Too fast. He wielded the fury of man to seize the authority of gods. Fair. Okay, that's fine. You don't go too fast for me to read. What the hell? Okay, gold blood. Hey, nice his voice. Okay. Let's go. I hope it's not... Yeah, no, it's amping it down. Do not do that. So is this what actually looks... Whoa, gold blood down his face. Let's go. Hi.
The day will come when your back bears the mark of your demise.
Yep, the weakness he told Finan. Ooh. Damn. The music is nice. Let's go. But yeah, no, him telling Finan his actual weakness is basically confirmation that he's gonna be screwed. Especially if Finan is connected to... Whoa. Ah, the head, Jesus.
Submit or die.
What a neat transition. That's cool as hell. But yeah, no, him telling Finan his weakness is basically going to confirm his demise. If he is connected to the one seeking out the coreflames, which is very likely, the motifs are similar. It's... Where the hell was that? Let's go. All that blood dribbling down in gold. Like, this is the thing that's interesting. Because gold blood would connect them to Nanook, but we haven't seen gold blood specifically associated with... Like, in Treebe's case, for example, we haven't actually seen gold blood shown on her yet. And gold blood might not be inherently evil in this world. It depends on the source. But, at the same time, it seems like it's the remembrance that is reconstituting this world. Is gold blood tied to every single Titan and every single Chrysosaur, the ones who inherit their powers, or is it just the ones that are tied to Nanook? That's the thing I want to know. Because the more we see, like, this is the second person other than Finan himself that is specifically shown to be dripping out golden blood. The others, we actually haven't seen it. Obviously, Aglaya is tightly associated with the colour. It's literally her entire aesthetic and colour scheme outside of white. But Treebe? Not really. Treebe's been fine. And Cypher, who is also a demigod, we haven't seen much of her yet to confirm. In the case of Anaxa, no gold, really. Outside of the butterfly that was left by Nestia... for, you know, the respective god connected to him now, he himself hasn't shown signs of gold, unless I missaw. But yeah, it's interesting. I want to know where the connections lie, and I'm interested in this guy's lore. But yeah, I've mentioned it before, but the order of uploads is going to be different. I've already recorded the Keeping Up with Star Rail, I just haven't uploaded it because I was really busy yesterday. I've been busy every weekday so far, aside from today. Today will be an easier day, which is quite nice, because I've been organising holiday stuff, which makes me very happy, and I'm anticipating it. Those of you who haven't also seen the community post that I made, early August to mid-August, I am not going to be uploading at all. I will maybe record content, but there is zero chance of me editing and zero chance of me uploading. Because I really will be busy. I am taking a break and important things are happening. So hopefully you understand. I'll post probably in the Discord, but I won't be chatting about it. So if anything really significant lore-wise happens, yes, I'll play the update. I'm kind of hoping that any story updates relating to Honkai happen either before that date or after it, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I'm really hoping for a progression. This is the thing. My concern is I'm expecting almost every single Chrysos heir to die. Because realistically, the way that the Deliverance would probably work, and, we know the prophecy already, only one will see the Deliverance happen, and it is going to be Finn. And obviously, I don't think that the Astral Express will be harmed by this. Even if we do inherit coreflames, I don't think that we will die. But do I think that every other member of the Flame Chase journey will? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I think it is a permanent death? That's the more questionable part. I do think some characters could permanently end up axed. But I also think that there's a very real chance that after this supposed genesis occurs as part of the story that protects and revitalizes Amphorius, that everyone could potentially come back. And the opening itself, showing Remembrance seemingly freeze everything after it breaks apart. I would say that if the Genesis itself, that seems to be tied to this Golden Blood, which makes it suspicious anyway, because, Golden Blood would link it to Nanook, which is likely the one responsible for this world's woes, if this Genesis occurs and it's not a good thing, then I think the Remembrance will be the thing that saves this world. And if so, we know that Serene is inherently potentially linked to it because of her appearance when the world froze after the Path of Remembrance was utilised by the Trailblazer. There's also March's deal. And I think both are very significant to what's going to be the outcome of Amphorius. But at the same time, Serene mentions the story of the Deliverer, but she doesn't seem... This must have been before her connection to the Path of Remembrance. This would have been when the world was mostly okay, maybe, or at least better off than it is now. So, was she lacking knowledge at that period when she told Finn the story, or is it that she did know and just wanted to give some amount of hope? So, do I think Finn is going to manage in the story? I think he's going to die. But do I think that he has a very real chance of coming back? If the Genesis works as it's, portrayed to in the prophecy, then maybe. If it's not, and the Remembrance is involved, then maybe. Do I think, though, that the Honkai Impact third writers are going to completely avoid the idea of actually murdering characters? No, because they've done it before. This entire arc is based on something that happened in third, and they murdered all of those characters off. They introduced characters, made us fall in love with them, made us know that they were already dead in actuality, and then also killed the representation of them. But that doesn't change their impact, and it kind of cemented the point of the story that their memory and what they did still holds value. Their journey won't be forgotten, and that will keep them alive in a sense. I think something very similar could happen here. Do I think it will? It really depends on how the team wants to feel, and if they want to traumatize the audience a third again, and then traumatize more people. Because Honkai Star Rail has a bigger player base, significantly bigger, and a majority of Honkai Star Rail's players won't have played third. And they're going to get this trauma firsthand for the first time. Meanwhile, me and anyone else who has played third are going to be like, yeah, therapy is a thing that we kind of already need because of the stories we've experienced. Come and join us. It'll be okay. We'll manage somehow. Best of luck to all the people pulling on Mydei, though. I think he's awesome. I think they handled him super well. You're gonna hear this opinion reiterated in the video I recorded days ago instead. But I really like this guy story-wise. I think his farewell with Finan was also super great. I think that his aims with his people, he's managed to push them to move forward because lingering on their past glory and lingering on a cycle that will never seemingly end, that only has terrible results really, he's cut that cycle off, which is hard to do. We're inclined to have if something bad happens, we're inclined to perceive it as normal at a certain point and repeat those mistakes ourselves. Things happen in cycles if we don't learn the lesson. Mydei learned the lesson, and he's basically made it so his people can't keep repeating it. Hopefully, the outcome will be a positive thing like he wants, which is that his people, the Kremnoans and the Archimans, will come together and be more unified as a collective people because the world is going to move forward, and holding on to these prejudices is only going to lead to more problems down the line, especially as the dark tide rolls further in. It's showing no signs of halting, so any past grudges at this point aren't helping them. They're just going to doom them further. And I think that's something that Mydei's forcing them to now face. And they can't follow him into this fight, and he ultimately is trying to buy time for everyone because, as we saw with Nikador, there's no real winning. Unless all the coreflames are obtained and Genesis occurs, this world is screwed. The Dark Tide will just win. It already corrupted Nikador first, and now Mydei is going back to continue that duty and is at risk of corruption himself. There's a chance that he could end up getting a mercy kill if it's not the Flame Reaver who ends up killing him using the information that Finan was provided by Mydei about his weakness because of the connection between them. Then there's a very real chance Finan might have to kill him out of mercy if he gets corrupted. Or it could be a necessity to kill the other ones carrying core flames in order to enact Genesis. Or Finan just loses the plot completely if he does end up connected to bloody Nanook. There are so many ways for this to go. But ultimately, Mydei's taken a road of self-sacrifice. It's a glorious road, but God, is it going to have a sad ending. We'll see, though. It really depends on what the Honkai team want to do with this story. I hope the outcome is that at least some of them will survive, even if Genesis occurs and only Finan can see it. It'd be a shame if all of these great characters died, or there was no signs of their efforts being to some value to them. They'll value their journey anyway, but they could be reborn, like how Third actually handled some things. Some of them could actually survive, like how Grecio does in Third. And Hawa. I want a way for them to see the future that they fought so hard for. Not all of them, because I think that'd be a very hard ask. I'd be surprised if every single Chrysos heir survived the story, but I wouldn't be totally opposed to it. As long as they can make it not feel cheap, which I'd say Honkai's writers are good at this point, so I'm not actually very concerned about that feeling like the case. But there's only one way to find out. Best of luck to the people bringing this man home. Hopefully, we can look forward to the story together. We're halfway through update, which has felt a bit too long for my liking. I'm stunned at the lack of events. There probably should be more of those. I get that the story is the story is very big lately, but goddamn, that doesn't mean lack on the other content. Come on.